Hello and welcome to another Lego Batman movie bootleg. I know, but again, at least this time it's not Pogo anymore. It's Sheng Yuan. Yes, we haven't seen them in a while, and no, I do not have the boxes for these. And I'm not even sure if these were actually extracted from the bigger Sheng Yuan set, but anyway, the seller on Taobao is selling these as a minifigure pack, so that's going to take a look at them. We have two different versions of Joker here. One with the jacket, one without, and without one, his sleeve is printed a bit weird. We have Harley Quinn, Calendar Man, a Mr. Freeze, Robin, Batgirl, and the weird Spider Woman guy thing. All of them come with a standard 4x4 plate with a 1x4 plate that's going for the middle, just like an SY639 bootleg. Every single one of them has a spare hand, and I've noticed that even though these are Sheng Yuan, they have proper proportions for the arm size. It's not using the weird early days of Sheng Yuan thicker arms that they sometimes still revert back to, even till now. In terms of accessories, Batgirl there has a yellow bat blade, Mr. Freeze has his sci-fi gun, car horn for one of the Jokers, so because he's taken from the set Joker's Lowrider. We have a little microphone speaker there for this Joker. Not a baseball bat, they're giving us a red police baton, which is stupid. But it's, you know, if you want a red baton, then hooray, there you go. Two dynamite pieces for this lady here, and we have a bat merc gun, which you do have to build just like the regular one, and there is a Batman logo piece on the front, and logo is printed completely accurately, so you just build this and the clutch is pretty good. So, close look at some of the figures here, and yeah, the accessories for the most part are pretty decent, but this being Sheng Yuan, they like to cut corners. Calendar Man's helmet here is not accurate. It is same sort of hood piece that you would get on maybe Captain Boomerang or some other previous figures, or even Lego City figures where they have little hoods on their hats. The piece is not supposed to be this. The actual Lego Calendar Man has a round piece, doesn't have a bump there. They have printed the calendar pattern there, but it's not a big deal. But if you want something that's 100% accurate, then this is not going to do. They have given us the sort of proper armor pack for this woman here, and hair, I guess, and of course the hair on Harley Quinn, and the two Jokers are the correct ones. I'm just going to quickly turn around here so you can see the capes, and the cape is printed pretty well. The fabric is thin, but not as thin as something from Pogo. It actually feels relatively durable. It almost feels like the old hard Lego capes, but slightly softer. So, which is a problem. You can see the cape on the top here, it's not really staying up because it's a little bit too soft, so that's definitely an issue. Here they have their gear removed, and the clutch on all of these are actually very decent. Minus Harley Quinn, her legs are really loose on this block. That's going to be a little bit annoying. But overall, that clutch is pretty good. Even surprising is the clutch between this torso here with these short studs for the sort of curved piece. It stays on really well. And so yes, for the most part, the joints do feel like they're close to what you expect from a Lego minifigure, aside from this leg. So that could be, if you're lucky, you might have a figure that doesn't have that problem. And you can see it right down there. They actually even bothered to print the hip piece that comes down between the legs. That's good. The print job on all of these is surprisingly so close to the original, except for her. Her face just seems a little bit off. I think the color's a little bit too strong or too weak, and it's just slightly off center, so it does look a little bit weird. All of them have their respective back printing copied from the official ones, so nothing's missing here. Just a quick look on Harley Quinn's arms. You can see she's got the skulls printed on one side and diamonds diamonds printed on the other. And again, it's very accurately printed. Joker has his weird sort of suit, long suit thing here, which again is softer than the original, so it's going to be a lot harder to do certain folds and poses for him, unlike the original, but it still feels good enough that it won't break very quickly, whereas some other ones feel like they would, some other bootlegs. On the other side here, we see more cheapskate from Sheng Yuan, is that Robin doesn't have the goggles, which is yeah, a huge downside for this figure. It just looks wrong without the goggles. It's just not right. It's terrible, in fact. I just want to note the print down there, because they just printed on the different colors for the boots. It's really showing up on these two figures where they, were not able to paint it because they still don't have the dual plastic molding that we have from the official ones. Bootlegs such as SY639 have achieved that. with some figures. So they are far more accurate in that aspect, which is a shame because the torso and all the accessory kits here are all printed very nicely. Mr. Freeze there, his armor again is printed pretty much 1-to-1. I think the silver is slightly off center, so depending on your luck, you could have a copy that's 100% accurate to the official minifigure. Moving the gear, the print job on Mr. Freeze is excellent underneath. And so are the printing on the other figures. Robin's face might be a little bit off. I think it's squished just a tiny bit, but other than that, it's pretty good. And since they don't have the dual color plastic, Robin's arms just have green painted onto the soft flesh colored plastic. And they've done a pretty good job there, much better than the Joker next to him, where you can see the yellow is not printed all the way around. And you can see like he's ripped his armpits, the sleeves, so that's a bit crappy. Batgirl here has side printing, so that's pretty cool. It's done pretty well. These figures are also really good. This Robin's face is much better than the other one. Batgirl and Mr. Freeze are just amazingly accurate. No yellow boot prints for the back of Batgirl, and because Robin's legs do look very off without that two-color plastic molding. So, yeah, I can't even look at you in the eyes anymore. Oop, messed that up. But yeah, pretty good. So, Batgirl's mask here is also made of 2 pieces of plastic, and the hair stays on really well, just like the original. So just pop that on there, and in conclusion, this is a really good set. If these are the figures you're looking for, these particular characters, you can't really beat this set, minus Robin really, which is the one with the biggest problems I think, just without the goggles and the pants. The rest of these figures are really good. Minor inconsistency with him right there with the hat piece, but other than that, the print job is excellent. The clutch overall is very high quality, much better than the other bootlegs. And when you actually play with these in your hand, they do feel like, if you close your eyes and just mess around them, they do feel like Lego. It's probably to do with the quality of the plastic and the correct smoothness / shininess, the balance. It feels perfect, just like an official minifigure. So if you want to get these for cheap, the Sheng Yuan set is the one to go, and it's just really good. So forget the Pogos, forget the other ones, just get this one. Now there is, because the issue that Sheng Yuan hasn't really been making that many. They've mostly been focusing on making sort of big box sets, which if you have purchased, then you already have these figures. But if you don't want those big sets and you just want the minifigures, then unfortunately Sheng Yuan hasn't really been releasing that many of them recently. So the Pogo ones are still decent for their price as bootlegs, and so is XI&H, but the quality with these figures here is just on a different level. So yeah, so hopefully Sheng Yuan doesn't do any more. If they do release more of these minifigure pairs, they don't do any more weird sort of face prints and whatnot, because they have done that in the past where the body's really good but the face print just feels a bit weird. So hopefully they can keep doing that and the figures like these, and that would be great. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below, and of course take care and have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now. I want to talk about the armor pieces that are connected to the body via the neck joint. So on the woman here and Mr. Freeze, they come off really well. Now official Lego tends to cut a little slot in there if they're worried that the piece would get too tight on the neck and hard to remove. They don't have any slots in these bootlegs, but they probably knew that and they made the hole a little bit bigger, so it actually comes off very easily. So kudos to that, because a lot of other bootlegs, those sort of armor pieces get stuck on the neck far too tight, and it requires a lot of strength to pull it off. Plus, the clutch joints, say in the hips, is a little bit too weak, or the head's a little bit too weak, and it makes it very frustrating to pull off the armor packs. But there is no problem like that here, and that's really good.